All right, here at No Reserve we have our all original low mile 1994 Ford Bronco XLT. It's got just over 137,000 original miles. Always been in Washington State, so it's got clear Washington title. Completely 100% rust-free truck. We don't use salt on the winter roads here. It's the dark emerald green metallic with the bright Oxford white center. You know, it is almost 24 years old, so there's some wear and tear. With minor wear and tear like little stone chips and little scratches. The driver's side is in amazing condition, as is the rest of the body, but the passenger side does have a little area I'll show you where it looks like they got into something on the quarter panel and they kind of massaged it out a little bit. But so we'll get in here. So it did have a bug guard on it, and that will still come with it if you want to, but I wanted to pull it off so you can see there's no dents. I don't want a bug guard, so people think they're going to be hiding anything. But it did put a little bit of, there is a little bit of wear because leaves fall down on bug guards. I hate bug guards, but you could probably go through and get some compound and buff that out if you want to run no bug guard like me. But also a couple areas on the top of the hood that looked like maybe they had some tree sap or something that did a little bit of etching in the paint. Pretty hard to see, but just little areas. All this stuff, if you're standing a couple feet away, it looks fantastic. It's got really nice shine, nice smooth finish to it, and it's a nice clean original truck. I'd say probably about 80 I'd say 80 to 85% original paint. The passenger side area has had a little bit of paint work, and the rear tailgate at some point a long time ago, but you can see there's a crack here. I got another one coming on its way from eBay, so you will get a headlight bezel with the truck. A little bit of condensation in the headlight, so maybe because the black plastic ring on the back, you have to clock it all the way in. It wasn't seated in all the way, so this will eventually go away, but while you're doing the bezel, you could dry it out. A little crack right there on the grill. The corner light's got nice color. There is a little bit of stone chips, just a couple on the bottom valance. A couple there. Again, no condensation or anything over here. Headlights just have a little discoloring. The factory metallic gray cove's got some fading. Nice chrome on the bumper. Valance is in good condition. It's got the factory chrome 15 XLT, 15-inch XLT wheels. It's got some 31-inch white letter all-terrains. It's got a lot of tread left on them, and they're nice and quiet too. There's no clear coat or paint lifting issues. Real common areas, the back side of the hood, these flat areas, the window bounce off and knock these out. All the glass is original except the windshield has been replaced at one point. Oh no, it is the original. It's got the car light logo in the middle there. Sometimes it's over here and then sometimes it's in the middle, but looks to still be the original glass. You can see it's got the original pinstriping. Really nice lower area. You got a little bit of entry wear on the rockers. You will get a couple of those little stone chips I was talking about, but it's got really nice deep reflection, really nice shine. You can see the reflection of the leaves down below here. You can see it's got a nice crisp look. No rust on the wheel wells. It's got a little scratch on the trim there, but you could just unscrew this and put a good used piece on there. Really clean, no tape lines, no overspray, so there's been no body work over here. Taillights are in good shape with good color, but they are getting a little faded around the corners. And again, you can buy brand new one of these for really cheap. These trucks are one of the reasons I really love these trucks. You get mirrors, you can get brand new mirrors for 40 bucks at the door. The mirrors are a little faded on the black. They got a little stone chipping on the chrome. None of the chrome's actually chipping. It's just got those tiny little, sandblasting, peppering marks. Pillars are in nice shape. It's got the black trim, which is I always like to see rather than the chrome. The window felts are a little cracked. You got a chip in the paint up here, and then you got a stress crack. Top's never been off this truck, but you do have those dreaded rain color B-pillar stress cracks. Very minimal wear on the just a couple little door entry surface scratches. It is getting a little bit dark here, and I'm trying to get these pictures done for the rain. So hopefully you'll be able to see all the inside and everything. So the rear tailgate has been resprayed. I do a ton of these trucks, so I can just tell the outside when I first saw it that the tailgate had been resprayed. It's just a little bit different. It's very slightly darker. And when I do the inside, I'll show you there's some, you know, tape and overspray marks. There's no dents on the tailgate and very little loading surface scratches or chips because it has been done at some point. And it was a long time ago because it has the lower pinstriping. Like you see someone trimmed it a little bit. The lower parts, this is original, so just the top green has been done. You got a little bit of that dreaded bubbling. It's just a bad design. These tailgates get a little bit of rust on the inside there. The rear window sweep on the tailgate is also dried out and it's starting to put a little bit of surface scratches in the rear window, so you want to get that addressed. Rear bumper's in nice shape, nice chrome. These things are usually long, faded out, cracked and missing, but they still got a nice silver finish. For some reason the bumper has a little bit of a raise on it, so it may have, not too sure why it would be like that, but. So here we're gonna go into the passenger side, and this is where I was talking about it had some previous work. You can see it's just didn't get it, it's not exactly as shiny and glossy. It's like original paint right here, and they had a little bit of work from here on and blended it in. And then they get some incident here where they, you know, maybe the rear tire carrier swung open or something, but it looks more like it had contact with something because the lower area is fine. Again, you got original paint down here. But this is the other area. It looks like maybe they turned too sharp and had a, you know, maybe it's like a cement pole right here and turned into it, but they had a little bit of a dent and they massaged it out so you can see it at the right angle, and you can see some areas where they kind of worked the metal to get it a little bit more presentable into their liking. You can see still a little bit of, you know, they had some buffing, even though it was done a long time ago. There's a little bit of buffing compound left in there, a little divot. The trim's a little messed up, and you can see a little bit of a gap between the trim there. Same stress cracks on the as on the other side. Again, the door felts are cracked. Very little entry wear. But if you're unfamiliar with PDR, like paintless dent removal, there's a little chip. That's probably what was done. You know, they probably didn't want to have to mess with this original paint stripe, trying to replace it. But God only knows. But you can see this is they have a little filler piece where they access the quarter panel to try to massage it out a little bit. A little bit of scratching in the paint there, a little bit of aging in the paint. You know, this might have been the same time as the quarter panel there. I don't know if you can see how divot's in, but this is the same as the 94. This is the same year as the F250 we have listed, the same color. And for some reason, even though I'll pop the hood and show you there's been no panel adjustments, it's a little bit, just a little bit tight right there. It's kind of interesting, but I'll go ahead and, you know, it's got the keyless entry, which still works, which is nice to see. It's got two sets of keys. The rear window goes down from the interior switch and the exterior switch. The rear tire carrier opens nice and smooth, but we'll take in the back here. It's really nice condition. You can see all the side panels are still there. Nice headliner. It's not sagging. All the little tabs are in the trim. You know, got a little bit of normal scuffing on the rear cargo panels. You can see it's really nice condition. Then you can see a little bit of a tape line right there, and then you can see where they got some overspray when they painted the top of the tailgate, and that's kind of what I was talking about there. The rear carpet's still in place. A lot of times these are ripped off and missing. Some pretty nice condition down there, no big rust areas. The rear carpet, you know, it's all nice and dry back here, no leaks, but it's a little bit dark right there. You know, a little discoloring here and there. You know, it's a light tan carpet, so kind of, unfortunately, get those areas taken here. What's amazing part of this thing is the front seats are really nice shape. You know, they're usually, this area is all cracked out and got slits in it, and the armrests are often broken. They're a nice shape. Cup holders, little black cup holders for the center console still in place. Dash is in really nice shape. There's no cracks or holes. This silver trim is a little faded here towards the outside edge. And then it looks like maybe they had something glued up here for like a navigation or something. You could probably scrape off the glue, but there is a little bit of wear there. The mirror, we have the mirror. It's just all of a sudden got really cold, and a couple mirrors have been falling off, so our glass guy's gonna come out tomorrow, and the mirror will be up there. It's the self-dimming, you know, electric mirror and stuff like that. But been getting a lot of rain and cold weather here, so I tried to get out and get the pictures while we can. And that door panel is in nice condition. You have just a couple little areas, but no cuts, no holes, no slits, no cracks. Paint, as you see in the pictures, the paint's in nice condition. No rust or surface rust on the dog legs. Really no entry wear. You know, you got your carpet, you know, as I mentioned about the back ones, you know, you have your entry darkening areas, your foot area, but we take out all floor mats so you can see 100% of the truck. Rear carpet's in really nice shape. The rear seat, those little divots you see, we'll just massage out. The seat was just folded for a long time on top of the seatbelt receivers, and that's just kind of something that happens. But the rear seat's in really nice condition. This is kind of a common Bronco deal. Material falls down, so you just got to push it up and wrap it back up in there. And headliner's in nice shape, no sag, no holes, non-smoker, no smells, no pets. Oh, I think I forgot to show you the outside. So the passenger side mirror's got some marks and scuffs. You know, I don't know if they had a tight garage on this side, because you have the trim that's touched, you have the mirror that was touched. You know, there's a little bit of yellow transfer paint from something, but the mirror's in good shape. It's not flopping around, but there's just a little plastic chunk. So more than likely this happened, and the trim and that dent happened, and I think the rear corner was actually just a separate incident. But take you underneath the hood. We got this thing warmed up, and we're gonna go take it for a drive, and there's a cold start video. You know, you got a little wear here, kind of a little bit of strange wear, some wear there, no cracks, it's just that tan. And again, the seats are in amazing condition. There's no holes, there's no you know, breakdown. It still has the nice arch, no cuts, no slits. The armrest, of course, has a little bit of aging on the top there, but you can buy this stuff brand new for really cheap and replace it, which is cool. You know, carpets, a little discoloring, stuff like that. You know, the seats spring forward still when you pull them. You know, the dome light still has the cover. You know, it's little stuff like that that a lot of times you find is just missing on these trucks. You know, door panel looks good, just a little mark in the vinyl there. You know, nice paint. You know, the hinge got nice, still anodized color, no rust. You know, a little bit of entry wear here, but that's it. You know, no rust in the dog legs. But, and there's underside photos. The underside's really clean. I'll show you the rear wheel wells. I always love seeing this stuff. You know, as the rear wheel wells, still the nice factory overspray. You can see all in there is nice and clean. There's no mud clogged up in there. There's no cheap spray paint or overspray. So it's got the 5.8. This was a trade-in to a new car store. Actually, they got themselves a new vehicle, and we were able to get it from them. And the, you know, under hood light works. There's no mud sprayed up, no, you know, orange coolant that overheated and blew up. You just never get rid of that stuff. You know, still the battery hold down still in place. Still got the original solenoid. A lot of this stuff is just amazing. Like, look, a lot of these trucks are just missing. You know, it's clean, but not, you know, overly clean. It just shows good maintenance. You know, hoses have been done at one not too long ago. But you can see the hood has never been. You know, these bolts are in good condition. Once you put a wrench or socket on there, the front, you know, maybe this fender has been adjusted a little bit, but there's no tape line on here. So, and this matches the rest of the truck, looking for original paint. You know, but this one here, there's no. This is what I was talking about. No adjustments here. But you know, so maybe someone adjusted that fender out to bring it out a little bit, because you did get a little bit chipping there. But so all right, we'll get her. You know, it's got K&N drop-in air cleaner. You know, nice and clean, but shows it's not steam cleaned, and it just shows nice, you know, good maintenance. So overall, it's a really clean, low-mile original '94 Bronco. These things are super hard to find. Nowadays, rust-free with low miles. You know, it does have some imperfections, as a lot of things happen after 24 years, and but it's really clean, great run Bronco, and everything works. It's gonna be going at no reserve.